Now, 80% of Wiltshire's fast response police officers say they want to be equipped with tasers on a routine basis. The county's police federation says officers often respond to emergencies alone and regard the stun guns as an effective way to deal with violent suspects, particularly those carrying knives. Scott Ellis reports.
A man brandishing two large kitchen knives outside Buckingham Palace. The police fire a taser. The man takes a few steps before falling down, stunned by the electric shock. Many of Wiltshire's police officers now want to be armed with tasers on a daily basis.
As we saw with the incident outside Buckingham Palace, it is an extremely effective response to somebody who is threatening themselves or somebody else with knives. It can be sorted out quickly. With not many police officers and with little fuss and no danger to surrounding members of the public.
Wiltshire's Chief Constable says he wants to issue more tasers, especially to officers who patrol alone on rural beats. But the wider use of tasers is controversial. For a start, that electric shock is extremely painful. Ask Simon Antonelli, a private security guard from Minehead, who was tasered as part of his training.
Every time I see it, it's just the same thing. Utter and total pain, completely and utterly. You try to go for the money, which they put a little pile of money in front of you, just so you can go for it, and if you touch it, you get the money. It's not going to happen.
Painful perhaps, but he knows from experience how useful a stun gun can be to a police officer.
Taser, taser!
Taser use in Wiltshire is already on the increase. The weapons were used 95 times between 2004 and 2010. Then many more were bought, meaning much greater use in 2010 and 2011 to a taser incident every few days on average last year. A worrying trend that's repeated across the country, according to one London solicitor.
The taser was originally introduced to deal with firearms. It now seems to have been extended in effect to deal with any incident, and the cases we've had at GT Stewart indicate that in fact there really wasn't sufficient threat to enable the officer to justify using a taser.
Not every taser deployment involves an electric shock being administered. Sometimes just the sight of the weapon is enough to apprehend a suspect. Scott Ellis, BBC Points West.
Prisoner secure!